And hello everybody, welcome back to another GamerCat video. This one's a pretty fun one. It's an indie game, it's called Sword Masters, if you can see over here. There it is. Hopefully my editor did something stupid. Well, this is a pretty fun game, it's a hard one. However, if you didn't notice, I'm not in the starting world. You start off as a very bad player, wielding something weak. However, I don't have any weak weapons, so I shall now fight to get a weak weapon, and I've just got myself a weak weapon. So, you normally start off with just this old sword after a bit of grinding. Why did that happen? And you don't do much damage. Unless you're me and able to do that much. So, the problem is, when I'm trying to showcase this game, is I'm just too powerful for the enemies. So this is just going to be a area by area overview. This is the first area. It's a pretty solid one. Also, just for the record, I'm only on level 179. Maxed out is level 400. Do tell it does get quite annoying having to defeat these. There are quests. Farmer Steve asks you to defeat 30 roundheads. By default, you do 30 damage, so it's not that hard to defeat them. Then, Ellie over here asks you to defeat 20 forest orcs. Here, Jack, he wants 5 bone chewers. The first area is pretty much the most simple one. It shows you can get pets, how you can customize your character, which I'll be honest, I'm not doing because I'm just that guy. And then there's this feature. I love it. It is just so funny. Come on, bro. You can choose to forge for an ad and get basically guaranteed upgrades. There's also these ads that allow you to get free coins. This game is very addy. However, I'll be honest, the armor is something you'll definitely need, as these guys do deal a lot of damage whenever you're actually fighting them, and not doing that. There are so many different areas, and especially with a new 8th one on the way. There's Heaven, Aqualand, Netherworld, Desertland, Iceworld, and Sugarland. So, if you look around here, you can see all the fun little details like Dragon World. There's also a guaranteed obby. Also, you may notice that not all the items are always guaranteed. It's still a fight. I mean, this is still funny, just to try and... You can get a good leap. You can leap over the entire start obby, most likely if you have a team of... if you're speed optimized. Also known as you've probably spent 3.5 decades grinding power so you can hatch eggs. I forgot to mention what power is. So basically, every time you hit something, you gain power. The first area only requires gold for the egg. However, as you can see, that little blue number over there is my power going up. To be honest with you, these chests do suck. Anyways, what's the second area like? Once you've defeated all these quests and managed to make yourself up to level 25, you can reach Sugarland. A pretty basic area. And yeah, of course, this is it. Richard asks you to defeat 20 Cocoa Guardians, which are 15,000 health, but by this point you should be able to defeat them quite easily. The pets you get in this area are quite cool, and they still require gold. Let me buy one for you. So every time you can also choose to buy 10 eggs for 5 times less cost. Each pet has a gold or power multiplier, however my pets have speed multipliers as well. Richard asks you to defeat the Cocoa Guardians as mentioned earlier, but these guys are weak. Matilda here asks you to defeat 10 Chocolate Knights, which each have 50,000 health, and we're now getting somewhere in the tanky zone. So Edmund over here, he wants me to kill 3 of these guys. Yeah. There's also yet another obby. And when I said yet another, I lied. There's actually 2 obbies. Yeah, I did not expect to be saying that. 2 individual obbies in one island. I've not beaten the obbies here. However, it is probably time for me to do them. So whenever you complete a quest, like so, you can go back to the Sir Edmund and get horrible amounts of gold. Because this game is just not capable of paying its players reasonable amounts of gold. Then again, I'm probably going to need to get maybe one of my fire bats off, so I'm not rocket ship speed. 2 of them would even work. So even though I am still fast, I'm not that fast. You could choose to open these or you watch an ad, once again for reward, though these are normally quite useless. There's also these fun little mage guys which can give you powers, but they are extremely over leveled. If you notice, the fire bats give a pretty good speed multiplier. Anyways, on to level 3. It's a pretty cool level. You can skip the loading screens by doing this, and here's level 3. Anyways, I'll show you that. But before I get into that, there's this pretty fun feature known as the main menu. It's a Discord, settings, chat enabled, max graphics. But self username on. You can create a room which is just a room with no players, like so. It's also where my favorite glitch resides. So let's say you're a level 1 player, and me, level 179, decides to join a netherworld, which is world 5, or just for reference, this world. Then a very weak level 1 player would be able to instantaneously defeat the level, or be able to just teleport there by just making a custom room. It's very useful, and that's how I managed to skip literally these entire 2 worlds. Which is why I haven't completed Sir Cedric's quest. You just need to defeat 2 Ice Kings. Wow. I got it at 15%. Yeah, that was actually pretty good. 15% chance drop. That's probably somebody using the glitch. Don't even know who this is, but yeah. Ice King spawns and I kill it. Then I go talk to the Cedric. My game breaks. Yeah, it happens. Here's also the first egg where you need a power. Specifically 1 million. There's also this really obnoxious obby over here. Which you can beat easily. And as this game is fairly buggy, but it is fun to exploit these bugs. And there you go, that's the obby island. Now we get to definitely the most buggy island, the desert. It's World 4, for reference. World 4 is a pretty big one. It has an egg for 10 million gold and a blacksmith, as well as this guy. And I just got 20 million gold for free. Also, the further you go, the more expressions you can unlock for your character and haircuts. Why? Thoroughly, I don't know. There's this glitch, which I must admit it has to be my favorite. If you are careful enough, you can just do this. I don't know how many fire bats, which is the first speed pet, it requires, so let's do some testing. 0 fire bats. Let's see how we can do this. Yo, I feel slow. You can do this. This is literally just a skip the obby tier list. It's not that harsh, however, you do eventually get stopped. However, I don't know if there is a good pet here, but once you have 3 fire bats, you can do some crazy stuff on this obby, like this. As well as also just excluding the fact that with you have 3 fire bats, you can just do this. So yeah, how are you trying to get yourself a nice fire bat? Boom. And just casually just start skipping the entire level. It's just beautiful. And you can do this virtually anywhere if there's a wall, which is pretty fun. And this is another part about the desert world. He wants you to defeat 2 of these guys. He wants you to defeat a couple of these. Well, he wants you to defeat 2 mummies. And if you didn't notice by this point, it's not that hard. I just got a 7% chance. Now we reach the most grindy of the worlds. This is where I'm struggling. I've completed all the quests here, however, if you get good enough, the fighting styles do get chaotic. So here we go. This, my friends, is how you fight once you've discovered the strategy with the Netherlord. This is how I fight, by the way. This is just how I play the game. I'm pretty much just mashing my poor mouse here. I'm pressing WAS and D repeatedly until the Netherlord dies. It is quite fun just doing this and grinding to level 190. A pretty fun little glitch I also noticed is that every time you level up, you gain HP. If you're severely underleveled for these guys like myself, however you have a god tier sword, this is really just this is my new strategy. Just wait to level up. That guy can't do much. Even if he tried, he wouldn't really deal damage because I'm just gonna get levels. I'm gonna send him back. And also, only if you're like continually attacking him will they go after you. And I'm not even. And this is actually the best strategy if you're struggling with something. Just go around it. Even without fire bats, it's still not that hard. Trust me, I managed to deal 500k with a 2000 damage sword with 80,000 health. So I was one shot the entire time. And it was using obviously the original glitch, but it's just insane. It does take quite a while to defeat these guys, however, Heaven has a lot crazier things. I have been there using the glitch, and it's quite ridiculous. There's a 800 million HP boss, which is not fun. But if you didn't notice, in the background it actually shows your level, and every time you deal damage, it gets there. And this is where you can really utilize the glitch. If you have some weaker swords, for example, myself, you get like a basic sword from a different area, and slowly start weakening the Netherlord's health, like so. It's actually a really easy way to level up faster. So you can notice this is the worst. This is so harsh to grind, I hate it. However, it's probably my only good way of gaining XP, as each time I do it I gain about 3 to 4 levels. Or around 7 actually, I lied. However, this is really cool, because you can just utilize this and just don't die. And boom, just gained half my health from doing nothing. And my coins is also quite a lot, if you didn't notice by this point. At this point all I'm doing is just grinding up the coins and killing off this guy. And they also have 100 million HP by the way, which is just ridiculous. And it should be dead any moment now. Boom. I didn't even get one item from that. Also notice how there is overflow XP. Hit an enemy, boom, your overflow is gone. However, there's this. This is the worst thing you can ever do to yourself. Hatching this egg is so annoying. Like, I once got like 30 lava slimes in a row. Nothing happened. However, the quests here are fairly easy, and you might be wondering why I haven't talked about this island over here. It's because it's not a boss, it's just a lava rock. There's Moai, there's Giga Moais, lava rocks, and Netherlords. In case you're wondering which is the strongest, it's obviously the Netherlords. Seeing enemies, I don't know. Also, by the way, this glitch is insane because you can fly. Anyway, these guys only have 3 million health, so I can just let them fight me. You know, they are really good once you're able to farm them, like myself. So that's probably where I'm going to spend a lot of my time grinding. And here's the lava rocks. They're the only enemies I haven't talked about so far, and they have 20 million HP and do about 1 million damage. Yeah, it is a pretty cool game, and I do recommend if you want to ever try it. It's called swordmasters.io. Anyways, this is a fun little video. I've got another indie game to showcase, and I'll see you in the next one. Guess what? Actually, I'm capping. Never mind, I was not capping. If I can somehow... Whoa. This was also another fun glitch. Anyways, see you in the next one. Goodbye. Actually, goodbye! Whoa. I'm getting an outro song. However, I've just gotta get it going.